Official for today's ceremony is Colonel Jeremy Anderson, Commander of 388th Maintenance Group. Today, Lieutenant Colonel Richard Pauls relinquishes command, and Lieutenant Colonel Con Wadhams assumes command of the 388th Maintenance Squadron. The Commander of Troops is Captain Schneider, Director of Operations, 388th Maintenance Squadron. The Guide on Bear is Senior Master Sergeant Matthew Bewley, Senior Enlisted Leader, 388th Maintenance Squadron. I am Senior Airman Ryan Elmer, your narrator for today. The change of command ceremony you're going to witness today is a military tradition deeply rooted in history dating back to the time of the Roman legions. The 18th century Prussians, under Frederick the Great, carried two flags, a national flag and a distinctive unit flag. Since then, military flags have provided a highly visible point around which members of the unit could rally around during the pandemonium of battle. In July of 1775, General George Washington established the American Change of Command when he drew his sword under an elm tree in Cambridge, Massachusetts, to assume command of the Continental Army. Today's ceremony is symbolic, yet still indicates to all the authority of the incoming commander as the outgoing commander surrenders the unit flag. This gesture is accomplished in front of the unit so that everyone can see and witness their new leader assuming his dutiful position. At this time, we would like to extend a special welcome to the families of the official party. Lieutenant Colonel Pauls' wife, Diane Pauls. Lieutenant Colonel Wadhams' wife, Sarah. We would also like to recognize our distinguished guests. Please hold your applause until all introductions have been completed. The Mayor of Clinton City, the Honorable Brandon Stanger. District Director for Congressman Blake Moore, Mr. Peter Jenks. The Commander, 388th Fighter Wing, Colonel Mike Getty. The Deputy Commander, 388th Fighter Wing, Colonel James Busing Jr. The Command Chief, 388th Fighter Wing, Chief Master Sergeant Valerie Shank. We would also like to welcome all current and former Team Hill senior leaders, local civic leaders, friends, family, and members of the 388th Fighter Wing. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of the official party and remain standing for the presentation of the colors and playing of the national anthem and the invocation by Chaplain Flash Larson.
Roger, test, hut! Set the colors. Squadron, parade, hits!
Good morning, my friends. It's wonderful to be with you. If you all will please join with me in prayer. Almighty God, we are grateful for this opportunity to celebrate healthy and solid leadership. This is exactly what we have come to expect in the 388th Maintenance Group, and we are so grateful that Colonel Pulse has been such a leader, an inspiring leader who is always in pursuit of excellence. We are confident that Colonel Wadhams will continue his legacy here in the 388th Maintenance Group by making sure that things in the maintenance squadron move forward smoothly, efficiently, in a disciplined and excellence-oriented manner. Now, God, we know that excellence does not happen by accident. We know that victory does not fall in our laps and wars do not win themselves. Therefore, we pray. We pray that each of us will be able to be inspired by all of the leaders around us, including especially the leadership at the top. Help us to move forward in pursuit of excellence by always choosing the harder right over the easier wrong, the harder healthy paths that will truly make us hardcore and awesome in pursuit of excellence and service to God and country. All this we humbly and gratefully pray according to our faith, which is in you, dear God. Amen.
Thank you, Chairman Larson. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. It is my pleasure to introduce the commander of the 388th Maintenance Group, Colonel Jeremy Anderson.
All right, good morning. A couple different speeches up there to make sure I get the right one. Good morning, everyone, leadership team, civic leaders, thank you so much for being here. Obviously the Griffins and the entire team. So thank you for being here today as we congratulate Colonel Pauls on an outstanding command tour and welcome another graduated commander in Colonel Wadhams as he takes the guide on today for the second time. There is no other position in our Air Force like squadron command. And taking command, whether it's an officer's first command or their second, is a significant career accomplishment. The Air Force puts absolute trust on the shoulders of its commanders. Trust to deliver the mission, trust to grow and develop airmen, trust to care for families, and ultimately, trust to prepare their forces to execute combat operations. A former Air Force Chief of Staff, General Goldfein, described the squadron as the beating heart of the United States Air Force and our most essential team. As an officer, there's no greater responsibility than command and no impact on our Air Force greater than that of squadron command. Today's ceremony is the last of 4 change of commands for the maintenance group, and it's the one with the most impact on the mission. And that's because the maintenance squadron is the largest, most diverse organization within the fighting wing. The nearly 400 men and women that power the MXS span 14 different AFSCs across numerous work centers supporting 78 F-35s, 1.4 thousand equipment items, and provide world-class F-110 engine maintenance support to the F-16 fleet. The Griffins are integral to mission success across the back shops and on the flight line. They are the beating heart of the maintenance group. Leading a large and complex squadron like the MXS is difficult, but Colonel Pauls has made it look easy. Under his command, the Griffins have supported multiple deployments, numerous large-scale exercises, seamlessly integrating into all 3 fighter-generation squadrons. This team has overcome significant sustainment challenges, created solutions to ensure F-35 aircraft are available for local training missions, and combat-ready to execute real-world taskings around the globe. Colonel Pauls empowered his team to explore increased repair capabilities and secured nearly $3 million in building and tooling upgrades, increasing the fighter wing's ability to secure readiness. The Griffins are respected subject matter experts across the F-35 community and continue to innovate and advance how we repair and sustain this amazing weapon system. Rich, you've done a phenomenal job commanding over the last 4 years. from MXS to the 34th Fighter Generation Squadron, and of course on to MXS. And the maintenance group and the fighter wing are better for your dedicated leadership. And I know you'll continue to make positive gains across the wing as you move to the Inspector General on Monday. Diane, thanks for your support over the last 4 years at command. I know it hasn't always been easy. We're giving Rick back to you. He's a little weathered, probably a few dents, maybe a little faded paint, but all in all, I think he's still in pretty good shape. I'm glad we're keeping both of you on the Panther team. Look forward to being able to spend more time with you guys in the future. Fortunately for the maintenance group, we're able to hire from within and replace one outstanding commander with another in Colonel Con Waters. He's a respected leader and up to the task to lead the Griffins. As the 4th Fighter Generation Squadron Commander, Colonel Waters led the Fusions to become the Air Force's first operational F-35 mission generation force element. And he led all preparations for the Fusions to deploy the Pacific AOR in support of the theater security package. As a deployed commander, he led over 400 airmen across 2 Fighter Generation Squadrons, maintaining 24 F-35s to ensure mission execution. While deployed, his team executed 5 agile combat deployment exercises, further demonstrating the capabilities of the F-35 in the region. Colonel Waters' leadership has been instrumental in developing the group's road to war concept and the wing's African training timeline, synchronizing our ability to efficiently and effectively build and sustain readiness to rapidly respond to global threats. Griffin's, your new commander, is more than ready to take the guide on today and continue leading the 388th Maintenance Squadron to achieve excellence, set the benchmark, and drive combat readiness. Con, I know you'll continue to do great things as the Maintenance Squadron Commander, leading your squadron while also leading your peer commanders to solve problems, drive efficiencies, take care of airmen, and deliver F-35 dominance anytime, anywhere. Sarah, we're grateful to have you staying on the team. Thank you for your continued support. All right, let's get this going. Thank you.
Thank you, Colonel Anderson. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as Colonel Anderson presents the Meritorious Service Medal to Colonel Pauls.
Squadron, attach, hut!
Attention to orders. The citation to accompany the award of the Meritorious Service Medal, 3rd Oak Leaf Cluster to Lieutenant Colonel Richard J. Pauls for meritorious service from 10 June 2022 to 14 June 2024. Lieutenant Colonel Richard J. Pauls distinguished himself in the performance of outstanding service to the United States as Commander, 388th Maintenance Squadron, 388th Maintenance Group, Hill Air Force Base, Utah. During this period, Lieutenant Colonel Pauls responded to a no-notice tasking, leveraging his unit's preparedness for rapid generation of 6 aircraft, 77 cargo increments, and 136 airmen for immediate deployment to the Yukon AOR. These efforts supported the first presidential war zone visit without an American ground forces president, ensuring crucial U.S. diplomacy during the Russia-Ukraine crisis. Additionally, he hosted ACC support equipment table of allowances, review, syncing the Joint Program Office, Weapons System Team, System Management Office, and local subject matter experts to realign the combat F-35 requirements, eliminating 160 excess items, building the framework for 4 MAGCOMs, and setting the standards for future JSF bed down. Finally, Lieutenant Colonel Pauls led the 388th Fighter Wing's largest squadron, producing 96,000 maintenance actions for 78 F-35 aircraft across 3 squadrons. His strategic guidance drove higher headquarter taskings across 4 combat commands, 8 Operation Noble Eagle missions, 10,000 sorties, and 16,000 flying hours, securing the Maintenance Group's 2023 Squadron of the Year Award. These singularly distinctive accomplishments of Lieutenant Colonel Pauls reflect great credit on himself and the United States Air Force. Ladies and gentlemen, Colonel Pauls will address the 388th Maintenance Squadron for the last time as the commander.
The captain put the formation at ease, please.
Squadron, attach, hut! At ease!
Thanks. A lot of senior NCOs out there, and I got to keep them deployment ready, so bear with me. Griffins, when I took command 2 years ago, I said it would be a great honor and a privilege to be called your commander, and it definitely has been that. I'm just in awe when I look back at what you accomplished over the last 2 years. You know, as a commander, we take a lot of credit. We read all those wonderful things that we did, but as I told you, I'm not the execution arm. All I can do is sit back, take feedback, throw out a vision, and let you work. And it's been incredible watching you do that. I would put the record of accomplishment of this squadron over the last 2 years against any unit in the United States Air Force, and I mean that. You know, we often, I don't know if it's a joke or just how we cope, but we always say that there's no rest for MXS. And I think that's true. I think I could go through every moment, our movement and operation that we've gone through in the last 2 years, but it's hot, and I don't think anybody wants that. So suffice it to say, no Earth, TSP, red flag, WESUP, Neptune, exercise, or O&E mission happens without MXS. We play a role in every single thing that this wing does, no matter what. On top of all that, we supported over a dozen individual ACS taskers across multiple AORs, all while supporting the aggressive home station flying hour program, and then we managed to squeak out establishing ourselves, our unit, as the go-to subject matter experts for the entire F-35 program. And it's definitely why you were the MXG Squadron of the Year. DoD partners, JPO engineers, contractors, foreign partners, senior leaders, congressional staffers, MAJCOM staff, even COMAC and our own chief of staff, to include the media, all come to Hill Air Force Base to hear what we have to say. And the bulk of what we have to say comes from MXS, at least in the movement group. Our FAB flight sets the standard for NDI and how we NDI this aircraft. Our metals tech is one of the most advanced shops in ACC and pushes the envelope for local man parts and tooling. Our LO is the go-to team for F-35 sustainment across the entire group, across the entire program. And our pit team, in fact, sets the standard for the entire JSF enterprise for how to complete the corrosion inspection, to include ACC calling down and said, get ready, you set the standard, you're gonna get a lot of visitors because everybody's trying to figure out how you're doing it in 10 days. Our AX flight is a one-stop shop for all things CDAR for the program. There is not a single country or service that flies the F-35 that has not come to Hill Air Force Base and been trained on CDAR by our personnel. Anytime anything happens anywhere in the nation, whether it's Marine Corps, Navy, or the Japanese, their first call when an incident happens is the Joint Program Office. The Joint Programs Office first call is Hill Air Force Base, 388 MXS, asking us, what do we do? We'll pay to fly you out there. We need your help. Our egress shop outproduces every F-35 organization in the entire program because we are the only combat F-35s in ACC, and we just, quite frankly, don't have a choice. We have to be ready to go. And our fuel shop continues to evolve and innovate how we maintain this aircraft. Our age rangers define how to maintain F-35 SC, developed the first age MCA courses for F-35 MCA teams, and are the linchpin to every fighter wing cargo movement that we do here. Not only did they roll out with every fighter wing movement, but they also held down 95% of those individual ACS taskers that we got tasked with. Props, right? I promise I don't forget you, even though you leave little sticky notes on my desk. I don't forget you. They may be a small piece of the fighter wing, but they fill a gigantic role in ACC enterprise. A lot of folks don't realize until we have these events that we still support the F-16 mission in the 3 days fighter wing. Our engine shop produces engines across 6 MAJCOMs because they're the only F-16 served in all of Air Combat Command. They have developed a reputation for expertise and quality that is unmatched by other serfs, and it's the reason why the Air National Guard, the reserves, and potentially future F-15EX work is coming this way, because they know as long as they can get us parts, we'll produce quality engines. The production flight, as Colonel Anderson alluded to, pushes the entire maintenance group synchronizing it. You know, unlike a lot of legacy platforms, F-16, F-15, A-10, etc., MXS and a 5th gen platform and an F-35 platform actually conducts about 75% of all the heavy maintenance that happens on this airframe, day to day. They keep 4 squadrons in sync, and that's no easy task. As Colonel Anderson stated, 90,000 maintenance actions, and wrangling in the FGSs to keep us all on one path forward. It's no easy task, and you do it with professionalism, expertise, and most importantly, credibility. CSS, thank you for your steadfast dedication to the squadron. You support the largest squadron in the wing, continually ace every single inspection that comes our way, and even becoming go-to SMEs for the airbase wing when they don't know what to do. And you do it with motivation, and most of all appreciated by me, humor. It's no wonder why you are the reigning 2-time CSS of the year. Griffins, I can't thank all of you enough for your hard work and sacrifice for the mission. Getting to sit back and watch you all execute is one of the greatest privileges I've ever had. Our nation will never know how much of its freedom it owes to the men and women of the Griffins. And all I can do is speak for myself and my family, but thank you. Sir, thank you for letting me stay and do another round with the 388th Fighter Wing. Sir, thank you for letting us stay and go another round. I always said when I took MXS, the first 2 years was the test you knew you were getting, and you still let me stay, so I appreciate that. Our family can't thank you enough for the support that you've given us over the almost 4 years now, or 4 years that we've been together. It's been great. You've always given us guidance, freedom to maneuver, and then just let us execute as squadron commanders, and I can't thank you enough for that. To the civic leaders that are here today, it's amazing. I have 3 generations of honorary commanders here today for this squadron, and it just, the Griffins is a family, the community is a family. Once they become part of your family, they never leave. And it's just amazing the amount of support that we get from our honorary commanders. Brandon, you and Connie are amazing. You take care of the Griffins. You love us and you love what you do, and I just can't thank you enough for all the support that you give. We're glad to have all of you. Con. I've seen dozens of changes of command, and the outgoing commander always looks at the other incoming commander and says, hey, you're a great person and you're going to do great things. But I'll tell you, it's not often that you get to hand over the squadron to somebody who's been your battle buddy, co-commander for 2 years. So I do know exactly what the squadron's getting. You're an amazing commander. You're a better friend. And I am so excited to see what you do with the team. I couldn't ask for a better person to hand this organization to. It's always a tough thing to do. I know they're in great hands. A lot of them got to deploy with you. They know you. They know you're a quality guy, so that's just going to be even better. So thanks for all the turnover. Thanks for the last 2 years. And I'm only a phone call away. Diane. So my family always asks me, why do you save her to the last? I said, because that's the one that's most emotional, and if you lose it at the beginning of the speech, you don't make it through the rest. So really, it's just, it's a coward move, but we'll do it. Thank you for always being there for me. The good days, the bad days, the long days, even when those long days didn't stop, when I got home, when the phone rang at 2 o'clock in the morning, You know, the last 2 years and really the last 4 years has been a ride, and it's been a lot of work. I owe you more than I could ever repay. You know, maybe we can take some vacations now. But thank you for what you do. Thank you for always supporting me. I always say, you know, Diane was a brat. She's been doing this 20 years longer than me. And she just keeps showing up every day and supporting and letting me do what I love to do. So I can't thank you enough. Just thank you. Thank you to all the folks that are here. Thank you to all the senior leaders who came out today. And thank you to my friends and family who showed up, who've been my friends for decades. Even after they left the military, they always let me bend their ear and tell them what the Air Force is doing now. I think that's what they want to know. They're doing what now? But no, thank you for always being there for my family, supporting us. 1 year remotes, everything. Thank you.
Colonel Pauls, in honor of your outstanding support and exceptional leadership, the men and women of the 388th Maintenance Squadron would like to render a final salute.
Squadron attach up! Present arms! Order arms!
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the change of command. Attention to orders. The Department of the Air Force has announced that effective 14 June 2024, by Special Order Number G-2405, Lieutenant Colonel Con Wadhams is assigned as Commander, 388th Maintenance Squadron, Hill Air Force Base, Utah. Signed, Colonel Jeremy S. Anderson, Commander, 388th Maintenance Group. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
Squadron parade up!
Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to introduce the Commander, 388th Maintenance Squadron, Lieutenant Colonel Con Wadhams.
Good morning. I want to add a special welcome to everyone that's here. First off, thanks to our elected officials and our community leaders for being here today. We talk about recruiting members and retaining families, and those families want to live in our communities because of you all, so thank you very much. To our military leaders in here today, Colonel Getty, Colonel Busey, and Chief Shank, Colonel Anderson, my fellow commanders, chiefs, first sergeants who take care of our airmen and families every single day, thank you for being here. Our wing has the readiness it does today because of you all, because of your leadership, your trust, and at times your blind faith to let us commanders be commanders. So thank you. I'll ask Colonel Getty, sir, really do appreciate your faith, appreciate your trust in me. Thank you for hiring me again. Sarah and I are really, really pumped to be here for another 2 years, so thank you. Colonel Anderson, sir, working for you the past 2 years has been a pleasure. So thank you so much again for your confidence in me to lead the 388th MXS. I've said it before, I'll say it again, your approach to the mission, your approach to handling the airmen, your approach to just being a group commander is exactly what this wing needs, exactly what this group needs. And we are where we're at today because of you, so thank you, sir. Rich, Diane, I appreciate you guys so much, I really do. Rich, you've been a leader amongst commanders, and that is a really challenging task. You got 6 commanders, and you've been the leader amongst us all. The fact that you did that and that you were a trusted advisor amongst all of us and a good friend the past 2 years, really do appreciate you. I wish both you and Diane the best of luck. Truly enjoy it up at the wing. Take some vacation time. You deserve it. Shave that stash. You'll be good. I want to give a quick thanks to Sergeant Wolf, Sergeant Klein, the team that put this together. Julie, obviously the heart of protocol. Thank you for this. You guys thought of everything, so thanks. To the men and women of the 388th Maintenance Squadron, really honored to be a part of this squadron. I look forward to serving as your commander and joining the team. It's going to be a good 2 years. Final and important thanks to Sarah. The Olympic difficulty of being a spouse, especially a spouse of one that's deployed, is challenging, and you've conquered it. You make me a better person every day. You build my character up, and I thank you so much. I do love you. My boys are at daycare right now, running around, screaming, not in here, over there, so got to give love to them. One last thank you to Colonel Getty and Colonel Anderson again. Thank you for your confidence in me. Thank you for your trust. I appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Wadhams. Lieutenant Colonel Wadhams will now receive his first salute as the commander, 388th Maintenance Squadron.
Squadron, attention! Present, hard! Order, arms!
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the Air Force song and the departure of the official party. This concludes our ceremony. Everyone is invited to attend a reception in honor of our new commander.